every Californian equal access to the same ballot and will put us back on track towards restoring the faith we once had in our elected representatives. With that, I again would like to thank you, Governor, and I'd now like to introduce Joyce Dattner, with Chair of Independent Voice.
I'm Chair of IndependentVoice.org. Today is California's Independence Day. Over 2 million voters cast a yes vote for Proposition 14 and against partisan politics. As a result, 3.4 million declined to state independent voters will have equal access to our political process. At the rate voters are choosing to become independents here in California, we expect to be over the 4 million mark by our next election cycle. Yesterday, the voters of California chose progressive political reform over status quo partisanship. Proposition 14 passed by the largest margin for a political reform initiative in more than a dozen years. The voters made a clear and decisive statement that the way to fix broken government is to expand democracy, contain the control exercised by political parties, and give greater power to the people. I want to thank the independent voters and organizations across the country that aided us in our fight to expand our democracy, most especially our national ally, IndependentVoting.org. Of course, I want to thank Governor Schwarzenegger and Lieutenant Governor Maldonado for standing with the outsiders to take on the party insiders. This is a game-changing coalition.
Thank you very much.
Elected officials and candidates should take note. There is a new political force in California. I highly recommend you go to our website at independentvoice.org and start reading up on the issues of concern to independent voters. For as diverse a group as we are, we're unified behind the belief that we must democratize our political process so that the people, not the parties and special interests, determine the politics and policy of our state and our country. But don't wait too long, because the next election will be here soon, and 3.4 million independents want to know where you stand on the independents' political reform agenda. Finally, a word about the national implications of Prop 14. California is a bellwether state, and our victory for open primaries and progressive democratic reform here must be used to break the hold of partisanship everywhere in America. I want to extend a direct invitation to Governor Schwarzenegger, Lieutenant Governor Maldonado, and the rest of our coalition partners to join with us in extending this effort nationally. And a special message to our independent friends across the country who are fighting as we speak to achieve or protect open primaries and nonpartisan elections in Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Florida, Kentucky, South Carolina, and New York City. Help is on the way. It's now my pleasure to introduce the CEO of California's Chamber of Commerce, Alan Zarenberg. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't think we have to look any further than yesterday's voter turnout, which could very well be less than 30%.